Sawadee Krap, I'm JP Mestanza. It's Monday, May 9th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by pbcphukets.com. We'll start off in Chaiyaphum province as police in that province arrested a 75-year-old cult leader who told his flock he could cure their diseases by consuming his urine, excrement, phlegm, among other things, with authorities also finding 11 corpses in coffins at the man's house, which he called a temple. The whole thing came to light when Jirapan Petkau, known as Mopla, a man who leads police in catching monks who allegedly indulged in sexual misconduct. Local police in Chaiyaphum raided a thatched house on public land, which was said to be the cult's temple, and arrested 75-year-old Dawi Nanra, the spiritual leader of the cult. Police later found 11 corpses in coffins on the premises, with cult followers only able to provide death certificates for 5 of the 11 corpses. According to the Bangkok Post, the cult followers said that the bodies were brought there for rituals to send them to heaven. Locals in the area stated that weird practices and noises were coming from the temple. It was later revealed that the cult leader, Tawi Nanra, told his followers to drink his urine, eat his excrement, phlegm, and more in order to cure their various diseases. He was taken to Konsan police station for further questioning, while the bodies were taken for post-mortem examination. Authorities would investigate further whether the place trespassed on public land and look into other possible legal offenses. For more, visit the link in the description. Over 10 associations of night entertainment and tourism business operators across the country, but mostly from Bangkok, are putting forward proposals to the government calling for them to finally allow nightlife venues to fully reopen from June 1st. Expectations are that these proposals will go before the Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration, the CCSA, at their meeting in the capital on Tuesday. In Phuket, which is a blue tourist zone, bars and other venues have been allowed to operate after they re-register as eateries or restaurants due to the ongoing emergency decree that stipulates the closure of all nightlife venues nationwide. Among the proposals set to go before the CCSA this week is to allow nighttime venues, pubs, bars, and karaoke parlors that have met Safety and Health Administration Plus or Thai Stop COVID-2 Plus standards to reopen in 2 stages. Stage 1 would allow such venues to reopen in the Blue Zone provinces from June 1st, of which Phuket is one. Stage 2 is for the reopening of all venues nationwide on July 1st. Another proposal is for provincial governors and various agencies to work with night entertainment operators to ensure compliance with COVID-free setting measures and roll out campaigns to encourage people to comply with health safety precautions, according to the Bangkok Post. A third idea involves replacing the Emergency Decree and the Communicable Disease Act with other laws after the current extension of the decree's enforcement ends on June 1st. Business associations are also calling for the lifting of the ban on alcohol sales between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m., which has been in place for 50 years, since 1972, with the original intention to deter state officials from drinking alcohol during their lunch break. The whole thing comes just over a week after the Test and Go scheme was scrapped for international arrivals, while tourism operators nationwide and even the Public Health Ministry calling on the government to declare COVID-19 endemic by July. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Earlier this year, the famed Maya Bay and the PP Islands reopened after being closed to tourists for more than 3 years, and now it's going to be off limits once again from August to September, as officials say the marine ecology of the area needs to once again recover. Maya Bay, which was made famous by the 2000 film The Beach starring Leonardo DiCaprio, it's slated to close from August to September to allow the area's sensitive ecology to recover, according to an announcement by the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment. Maya Bay reopened on January 1st of this year, but with strict measures to control the number of tourists, which allowed up to 380 tourists to visit the area every hour, and swimming was prohibited in the bay with advance bookings required. However, officials say the area was inundated with people over the long Songkran holiday last month, with Maya Bay seeing as many as 3,000 visitors per day or more. So far this year, Maya Bay has generated over 20 million baht in income, with more than 100,000 people having visited Maya Bay since January 1st. Officials ordered the closure of Maya Bay and off-limits to tourists back in June of 2018 to allow the local ecosystem to rejuvenate, especially the area's decimated corals, which was affected by the nearly 5,000 tourists who visited the area on a daily basis before it was closed. The long break has helped turn back the clock and restore its marine ecology, resulting in a healthier coral reef and attracting long-absent blacktip reef sharks. As more tourists are expected following the country's recent reopening, the minister said he has ordered the Department of National Parks, Wildlife, and Plant Conservation to, quote, fix any outstanding problems related to the QQ application. The department has been relying on the app for advanced bookings to visit national parks. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Starting September 5 of this year, car seats or less expensive car seat cushions for young children in cars will be mandatory. The announcement was made in the Royal Gazette, with the new requirement set to go into effect on September 5. The new law, Section 123 of the Land Traffic Amendment, stipulates that children under 6 years old must be restrained in a car seat or a special seat for safety in a moving vehicle, with exceptions for children who cannot be fastened to a seat for health or physical reasons. The law was going to only include car seats, but officials later amended the law to include less expensive seat cushions that enable the occupant to sit high enough for fastening with effective restraint. The deputy chairman of the House committee scrutinizing the law changes said that once the law goes into effect on September 5, police will, at first, be lenient and give warnings to violators rather than taking more serious actions during the early phase of enforcement. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Allegations of illegal land excavation within a protected forest in Kamala has prompted an investigation by Phuket officials. The plot of land in question is just over 4 rai, or a little more than 1.5 acres, and believed to be within a protected forest reserve. The investigation by the Phuket Provincial Land Office and other related agencies began following an alert that was raised online that a backhoe was seen digging in the area and loading it onto heavy trucks in the hills in Kamala. Israel News Agency published photos of the whole thing on what looks like a construction site on a steep slope. PR Phuket noted that the area in question appears to be inside an area operated by the Electricity Generating Authority of Thailand. A team of officials assigned by the Katu district chief say they failed to find anybody at the site and no construction machinery present when they arrived. Yet officers took photos at the site with signs of excavation visible. The investigation is ongoing. May 16 will be the last day of the Aunjai Clinic, located in the new Phuket Provincial Hall complex on the south side of Phuket town. The Aunjai Clinic opened last September as a place for people to get advice on COVID-19 issues after they've tested positive. But a notice from the Phuket Provincial Public Health Office stated the clinic will close on May 16. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Monday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Join us again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.